Okay, so there are two in front of me. Finally, found a couple. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and yes, judging by the title of the video, we are going to be heading over to the Ford store to look at some Raptors. We're in downtown Salt Lake right now because we're just over at the zoo, which was just like right somewhere over there. But now we're heading out, so we kind of got to head somewhere over there basically, and yeah, sun's going to set soon, so we're going. We're at a race against time, and of course, across the intersection, we've got a little Raptor. And I mean, I'm trying to focus on getting there to show you guys a Raptor so we can compare it against my truck, but like, this food here, the smells, it's just killing me, but gosh, that looks so cool. Well, actually, change of plans. There is a Ford dealership here in pretty close to downtown Salt Lake where I was. It's GMC down here. Complete moron, he's honking at me. I'm like completely on the side of the road and he's like, oh, I'm gonna honk at this guy. But now we're gonna sneak on the lot here. And by the way, I am not gonna buy from these guys for reasons, just reasons. Well, it's basically because I asked them to film because they had a, well, they don't have it right in here, but they had a Bullet Mustang. And I was like, hey guys, can I film that for a review? And they're like, no. So I'm kind of like, yeah. I don't want to film or I don't want to buy from you guys. But anyways, let's find a Raptor. I am on the search. All I see is regular F-150s. I do not see a single Raptor yet. I'm kind of beginning to think that they don't have any Raptors here, but I know they do because I kind of looked online before, well, during this week, because I was seeing how many Raptors in Utah have the Recaro seats, because that's an option I want. Look at the spoiler on that Mustang. That thing looks kind of, and look at the rims. I bet you it's an EcoBoost. Yep, that looks like an EcoBoost. But yeah, there's got to be a Raptor here somewhere. We'll find it. Literally looking through everywhere, and I mean, look how many of these new Explorers they have. All of them, but still, not a Raptor in sight. Even heavy-duty trucks, but no Raptors. I'm beginning to think, oh, I think I might have seen one over there, but I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm kind of getting lost at this point. Okay, so there are two in front of me. Finally found a couple. And these ones I'm guessing are new because they've got their plates on them. And yeah, they've got them like hiding out. Like, okay, so let me give you guys kind of like an idea. So like, this looks like this is like a service area. There's the main road, okay? There's the highway. So like, you'd think that they'd want to have, oh, there's another one, I think, right? Yeah, there's another one. Anyways, but you'd think that they would want to have them like close to the highway so people could see them very, very visibly, but they don't. They're kind of like all hidden back here. But anyways, let's get into it. So this truck right here is closest to the configuration that is at the Ford store that's down all the way over there in Draper. And the reason I'm saying is that one is magnetic as well with the exterior color. So this is kind of what that truck would look like. And the reason I'm mentioning that one over in Draper is that one has the Recaro seats. And that's something that if I were to get a Raptor, sorry, I can't talk, that's an option that I would get. Whereas this one, as you can hopefully see through the window, just has the standard seats, which they're not bad seats by any means, but I feel like if I'm gonna get a 19 Raptor, I have to get like all the new options that come with the truck, and so it's gonna be the seats. And then the other thing that they changed for 19 is with the suspension, so they kind of upgraded the suspension and all of that, and I guess that will kind of lead on to the main topic of the video. So here's the deal. We basically aren't gonna have a new vehicle on the channel for a while because the C8's gonna be in order, and that probably won't come till like sometime next year. So I'm thinking of doing a Raptor basically so that I have a new build, a new vehicle to do on the channel. I know it's only been 3 months, but it kind of makes sense and it's closer to what I'm looking for. So I love my 2019 Ram Rebel, but it just doesn't have all the same stuff that the Raptor has. So the Raptor obviously has the upgraded suspension, and then it's gonna have a higher output motor. So it's the 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost, and it puts out about 450 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque, versus my Rebel is 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. So 100 pound-feet of torque more and then a little bit more horsepower. And then obviously with the Baja upgraded suspension that the Raptor has, you can jump it, all that kind of stuff, straight from the factory. And I think that's really cool. And I would do quite a bit of off-roading if I did a Raptor, and I feel like I would be more comfortable with modifying the truck since there's a lot more support for Raptors in general, and then also I would have a lot more fun with it because like it's kind of like, it literally is a sports truck essentially, so it would be a lot more fun. But I mean, it's a tough decision for me because let me give you my points of like for the Raptor, and then I guess my points against the Raptor. So my first point for the Raptor compared to the Rebel is I love the exterior styling compared to the Rebel. So I love how the lights come up. I don't like how Ram's lights are slanted down. I think that looks a little bit silly. And then I love the wide body look, which, yeah, you can see it right there. I absolutely love that wide body look. I think that looks fantastic. And these rims, how they do the spoke design on the Raptors looks super, super cool, especially that rim color. And then I like the little kind of like vents there on the side. Hood vent, I mean, I actually like the hood on the Rebel a little bit more than the hood on the Raptors, so that's kind of 50-50 right there. Lighting in the front, I love how Ford's done that, and then also the logo, so on the front, and then also how they do the Ford logo, sorry, it's gonna take a second, on the back of the truck. I think that looks cool, whereas Ram just kind of does like Ram red across, and so I don't think that looks as cool. So styling wise, I love the styling in the Raptor. I feel like it looks a lot better, and I mean, I would start off like what I did with my Rebel, so wrap like the bottom skid plate black, tow hooks red, that's all that I would give. And then other things like look at the bumper from the factory, you can see the suspension through it. That is so, so cool, and the Rebel just doesn't have anything like that. Second kind of thing for the Raptor, like I said earlier, just has higher power output, so it's a lot more capable in general. So I mean, you can see from the factory, look at the tire and rim setup, which is a little bit better than what the Rebel has. So you've got 35s instead of 33s on it, which, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but the biggest thing is that suspension. So you can see that it's got the Baja suspension, which is absolutely crazy. So from a performance standpoint, significantly better than the Rebel, but I mean, that's also why it costs so much more, and that'll lead into our next point. The next point has to do with that little thing right there. So you can see right here, so like this one, for example, stickers for $73,000. However, most of these are going above MSRP, so they say market adjustment, and they'll sell them over MSRP. Since I work for a dealership and I've got a lot of good relationships with Ford, I can probably get a really good deal on a Raptor. I'm still waiting to hear back on exact pricing on a Raptor, but I mean, if I could get one, you know, at MSRP, that's a pretty good deal, but I would need to get one below MSRP, honestly, for me to really be able to justify getting a Raptor. But that's definitely a big thing, is the cost is so much more, because you guys know I paid only $43,000 for my Rebel, so going from $43,000 to $73,000, quite a big jump. So I would need to get a really, really good deal on it, but that's something that's against the Raptor, is it is significantly more money. The fourth thing, this is actually against the Raptor again, and I can't really show this to you guys because I don't have access to the trucks, but it's on the interior, and the interior quality on the Raptor is pretty similar to the Rebel. It's got some cool components, like you can get like carbon fiber on the little like sides of the door, so like on the door and then on the shifter you can also get carbon fiber, so it's got some cool interior materials. But unless I get the Recaro seats, the seats, I feel like they don't look as cool as the seats on the Rebel. And then in general, the interior, like the plastics, all that kind of stuff, it feels about the same as the Rebel. And again, $30,000 more, and I'm getting about the same interior. So that's definitely a huge minus on the side of the Raptor, where I don't know. I wish that they would have a better interior on these trucks, because it's such a cool truck, but you know what I mean? They need to do better interior stuff. And kind of like the last stuff, I'm just gonna mention little things. I don't like the mirrors on the Raptors. They just don't show as much as the mirrors on my Rebel. I don't like the door handles, how those feel. That's really nitpicky. And then on the sunroof situation, I have not been able to find a Raptor with Recaro seats and a sunroof, so I don't think you can order those options together. I mean, it makes sense if you go for the racier version. You don't want a 300-pound moonroof on top of you, making the truck heavier. So I really like my sunroof. I use it all the time. So those are kind of like my little nitpicky things on the Raptor that I don't like. It's just little things, essentially. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I love the marker lights. So at nighttime, all the marker lights that are on in the grill and everything, that looks sweet. And then the view from the back that I see all the time at night is with the cargo light up top. I think that looks really cool because they do LEDs, and that was actually something you guys just saw in my other video that I complained about, is that you don't have an LED cargo light, but the Raptor has all LEDs, everything LED from the factory. Yes, I will mention it. V6 is going to be inferior to a Hemi in terms of like sound quality, but I don't mind the sound of the Raptor. I actually feel like it sounds pretty cool. My one friend has an exhaust on his, and I think it sounds amazing. So that's something that's not a huge deal to me, because I know that I can get an aftermarket exhaust to make this truck sound really, really, really cool, essentially. Am I gonna trade the Rebel for Raptor? I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm still waiting to see how much I can buy one for. I know on my Rebel how much I can get out of it, so I basically will be breaking even on that truck. I might even make a little bit, which, I mean, that's unheard of for a new vehicle, but I got such a good deal, so that part is taken care of. It really just depends on the pricing on the Raptor. So that is gonna be the most important part, is the pricing on the truck. So once I hear back on that, that'll help me make a little bit of a better decision on whether or not I should get a Raptor or I should keep my truck. But I want you guys to also let me know in the comment section below if you think I should go that route, have a new vehicle, make content on it, wrap it, all that kind of stuff, or if I should stick with the Rebel and do more content with that. See guys, this is the Bullet Mustang. I'm pretty sure, yep, that's it. That is the Mustang that I asked to basically film, and this dealership was like, no, we're not interested in letting you give us free advertising on our cars and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the reason why I never had a Bullet Mustang review, is I was never allowed to review one. And the Ford store that I work with, it's great, that I'll probably end up buying a Raptor from. They don't have one, so there you go. Bullet. See ya. Maybe instead of buying a Raptor, keeping my Rebel, I should get a lifted diesel. I hear that for every inch on the suspension that you add, you lose an inch. Just walking back to my truck, and geez, I love the gloss radioactive color so much. But think about this color on a 2019 Raptor with the Recaro seats. I know the seats are blue, but it would contrast it well. And I mean, I do window tint, like, I mean, I don't tint anything, but you can't see into the interior anyway, so all you'd see on the outside would be like green and red. If I did that, I'm just saying, if hypothetically, if I did that, I think that would look really cool to have a Raptor this color. Let me know if you think that would be cool. And something I forgot to mention, obviously on the acceleration it's gonna be quicker, but it's also turbocharged, so like, it'll be substantially quicker because I live at 4,000 feet elevation, just saying. Okay, so we are finally back, and don't take this as like me not loving my truck, because I really do love my truck. I love, even though I said I like the tire setup more on the Raptor, I do love the tire setup on it. I love how the exhaust tips look, especially since they're all blacked out. I love the interior on it as well. I love the smooth ride, so like I still do love a lot about the truck, but I'm just thinking maybe I want a change. But I don't know, like I said, leave down in the comment section below what you guys think about this. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like rush into anything like that. I'm gonna take my time with this. And yeah, that's that. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you thought, and then I will see all of you in that next video. So actually, change of plans. There is a Ford dealership here in pretty close to downtown Salt Lake where I was. So instead of going to the one in Draper, I'm going to the one over here, basically downtown Salt Lake. We're gonna check that out.